Hey guys, Jeff here from Wunderdog Sports. I am super excited to kick off the 2017 season, given how we did last year. After a very profitable 2015 season, in which we won over $3,000 on my NFL picks, the 2016 season did not disappoint. Thanks in part to a killer Super Bowl in which my picks went 9-1, we finished last season 25 games over 500, good for a $2,373 profit. It was my 11th winning season out of 16 since I started doing this professionally. So let's get to it. Next week, I'm going to share with you the 3 teams that are likely to disappoint in 2017. But before that, let's talk about the 3 teams that I believe will outperform expectations in 2017. First up is the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona had high expectations last season, along with a boatload of depth and talent, and somehow flopped, going 7-8-1. I say somehow because the passing attack ranked 9th in yards, the offense was 6th in points scored, while the defense was 4th in passing yards allowed and 9th versus the run. Normally, teams with those kind of strong numbers across the board win 10 or more games. So what happened? Well, a string of close games and missed opportunities. They played New England without Tom Brady, by the way, and blew it, missing a field goal at the end. They outgained Seattle 443 yards to 257, going 10 for 21 on third down, while Seattle went just 3 for 14. And the Cards had a whopping edge in first downs, 23-11. They tied that game somehow, 6-6. Arizona had a black cover over them last season, but this is a new season. The talent level across the board is still strong, including MVP candidate David Johnson, who had over 1,200 yards rushing and nearly 900 receiving last season. The defense held 4 teams under 10 points last season, and their 2017 schedule is soft. Expect the Cards to improve this season. The second surprise improvement will be the Jacksonville Jaguars. All those years of underachieving and stockpiling high draft picks will finally pay some dividend for the Jags. Despite a 3-13 record in 2016, the Jags should really have won more. They held half their opponents under 300 total yards, and they dropped 8 games by just a TD or less. They lost 4 games to playoff teams, including the Packers, Chiefs, and the Texans twice. No surprise there. The surprise is that the 4 losses came by a total of 13 points. New coach Doug Marrone will likely reap the benefits. QB Blake Bortles doesn't have to carry the load with a backfield of running backs in Leonard Fournette, Chris Ivory, TJ Yeldon, and Corey Grant. Wide receiver Marquise Lee, a second-round selection in the 2014 NFL draft, is having his best camp since joining the Jags. You're probably aware that in today's NFL, stopping the pass is key to winning. What you probably weren't aware of is that Jacksonville's defense ranked 5th against the pass last year, better than the Seahawks and Patriots. And going 3-13 last year means this season they get to face the 49ers, Browns, Rams, Jets, and Bengals. Look for the Jags to improve significantly this season. Finally, let's talk about the Los Angeles Chargers. 2016 was a forgettable season for the then San Diego Chargers, going 5-11 and owning the lowly distinction of being the only team to lose to the Browns. However, the Chargers were snake-bitten last year, going 1-8 in games decided by a TD or less. That ain't gonna happen again. This team also led the league in games lost by players to injuries, most notably wide receiver Keenan Allen. They have the hardest thing to acquire in the NFL, an above-average quarterback. Phillip Rivers has some good football left in him, and protecting him has been the #1 priority for this season for San Diego, as they had 3 picks on offensive linemen. Tight end Hunter Henry, who put up almost 500 yards last season, was very good as a rookie, and Antonio Gates is still productive. Allen is back from his torn ACL that he suffered in Week 1, and he teams with first-round pick wide receiver Mike Williams. Throw in Melvin Gordon at running back, almost 1,000 yards last season, and Rivers has plenty of weapons. On defense, Joey Bosa put up over 10 sacks in 12 games last season, and Melvin Ingram, they both anchor a dynamic young pass rushing duo. The Chargers defense was tied for fourth with 28 takeaways last season. Don't be surprised if they start winning some of those close games to improve on their 2016 win total. Well, that's it, guys. Subscribe and check back next week for the 3 teams that I believe are going to underperform expectations this season. Good luck to you.